I meditate every morning. Get out ahead of it by daydreaming.
Meditating does clear the slate. You get to that place where you feel detached. So that does put you in a place of non-resistance. But when you come out of meditation and you immediately jump right back into life and start reacting to life, then meditation and its benefit doesn't last very long, because you jump back into some of the same patterns. But if you meditate with the intent of releasing resistance, and when you come out of meditation you acknowledge the visceral feeling of how much better the absence of resistance feels, and then you deliberately start the thoughts in the direction of something that feels good, now your meditation can be of greater value to you.
I'm getting a bit confused about
Let's talk about it.
Meditation versus daydreaming. And I understand what you're saying, because I'm meditating every morning and it's not getting me there.
Facing life most likely has some resistance in it because there's some of everything out there. Meditation causes you to stop thought. And when you stop thought, you stop all thought. And when you stop all thought, you stop resistant thought. And when you stop resistant thought, your vibration rises. So now, with a higher vibration, you have access to different thoughts than you had before. That's all.
Maybe I'm not getting it and I'm just getting there.
You know
I'm
what a
going
lot of
through the
people do in
motions.
meditation? Try to fix problems. I'm going to meditate on that. I'm going to quiet my mind and see if I can find an answer to that. So when you go into meditation with a problem looking for an answer, you come out of meditation with a problem. But when you go into meditation with the intention of clearing your mind, you come out of meditation problem free.
Yeah, I'm obviously not getting there, because I wake up early. I wake up at 5 a.m. so that I have enough time to meditate before I get to work.
So
do
see
the
how
breakfast.
that is? See how that is? I have to get up early so that I can do this thing to fix something that's broken.
Yeah, I have to find another way.
Well, talk to us. Let's just talk for a little bit, because you're a very good representative of what's happening around the room. So talk to us. Just give us a general scenario.
My life.
Of a day in your life, not your whole life, a day in your life.
A day in my life.
You wake up and?
I wake up early so that I have time to meditate.
All right. I wake up early so that I have time to meditate. That can be a good feeling thought or a not such a good feeling thought. I wake up early because I like the refreshment of meditation, or I wake up early because I need to meditate to get rid of crap in my vibration. Which is it? I wake up early. I so look forward to my morning meditation because it takes me from my place of where resistance has been paused while I sleep and gives me an opportunity to get some momentum going. Now, doesn't that feel different? And isn't it different than what you've been thinking?
Yes, it is different.
Leave my door closed and don't bother me and turn off the phone. I need to meditate. Good luck with that, because you just took all that stuff in there and piled it all up against your door, and everybody's just banging on your door. Are you done yet? 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 Everything that's bothering you, you took right in there with you. But when you first wake up, it's not really like that. And so you have the ability to point it in the direction, because remember, think about where we began here today. What's dominant in my vibration? Well, let's say that your washing machine, the door is locked and you can't get your stuff out, and that's where you're at in the day. And a man who came to help you can't help you, and the man he called to help you won't help you. So what's dominant in that moment? What's dominant in that moment? Is that a resistance-free moment? So it's clear that you want to move from that moment, but not so easy to move from that moment in that moment, unless you're somebody like Esther, who really, really wants to feel good, who really, really knows what it's like to feel good, who feels good most of the time. In other words, what happened to Esther is sort of an anomaly. For her to move from that sort of inner rage to laughing in about 2 or 3 minutes, that doesn't happen with everybody unless you're a step 5 person. But for most of you, for most everybody on the planet, meditation is a safer bet. So when you wake up in the morning, isn't it logical that there would be less resistance? So we're just going to throw out some multiple choices. What do you think is more logical when you first wake up? Non-resistance or resistance when you first wake up? What do you think is more logical about 2 o'clock in the afternoon when life has been coming at you more of the day? What's more logical, resistance or non-resistance? So we're just asking you to use your logic to keep the odds up and to think in terms of what's dominant and what control you have over what's dominant. We want you to exercise your control in ways that are to your advantage. We don't want you to wait till you've got a problem and try to solve it, even though that's what we demonstrated with Esther and her washing machine. We don't want you to wait until you are reacting. We want you to act. And can you hear the logic that it would be easier for you to make non-resistance dominant if you are just acting rather than reacting? We're trying to make a case for you that the earlier in the day that you decide that you're going to make dominant good feeling thoughts, the better. So if you've got a pocket full of good feeling thoughts, for Esther it's the treehouse, it's lovable cat, it's Kate when she was little, not Kate so much now, she's 16. You have this pocket full of things that you could recall that you want to practice, and the more you practice good feeling things, the more those good feeling things become dominant. This is all this conversation is about. You are a vibrational offerer, and the law of attraction is responding to the vibration that you offer, and you're in control of the vibration you offer because you can make dominant the vibration that you offer. But you have to decide that you're going to make a vibration dominant. You have to decide that. You can't just create by default. You have to decide, I sometimes feel good and I really like that, and these are the things that feel good when I think about them. And then you sit when you have nothing else to do, or because you really care about your life, and you make lists of positive aspects. You make lists of positive aspects. You practice making positive things be dominant. You practice making positive things be dominant. What percentage of people on the planet do you think make positive things be dominant on purpose? Really a large percentage of the animals, really a large percentage of the little ones. The older you get, the more what's dominant is what you just saw on television, or what went wrong, or the problem that you're trying to fix. You have to decide. So here's the multiple choice. You are offering a vibration or you are not. Choose one.
You're always offering something.
The vibration that you offer, law of attraction is responding to. Yes or no?
Yes.
You can control the vibration you're offering. Yes or no?
Yes.
End of discussion. Stop being lazy. Stop being a sloppy thinker. Start caring about how you feel. Start deciding what's going to be dominant in your vibration by how it feels, and for no other criteria. How it feels, how it feels, how it feels. No other criteria. When Esther thinks back through that, that contractor came right over. Isn't that something to feel positive about? They had a really fun time together. Isn't that something? He said to her, I like how deliberate you are. He didn't use those words. I see how you get things done. Esther says, you mean because I'm stubborn? He said, yes. Esther said, do you know what that stubborn is? That's deliberate intention. That's not settling for less than I want. That's knowing that it can be the way I want it to be. That's expecting the universe to line up with me. That's being spoiled rotten. The universe always taking care of me, and I can make it as hard on myself or as easy on myself. And then each time you have an experience, you just keep that as the basis of what you do next. Helpful?
Can I tell you about my day?
Yeah.
I know I have to work on the meditating. I've not been doing it correctly.
There's nothing really wrong, but you can lean more dominantly toward what works. That's all we're saying here. You're not ever going to be done, but you can lean in the direction of where you really want to go. So we're listening.
So I empty my mind. I sit down. I listen to music.
All right, blah, blah, blah. You meditate. Then what?
I make breakfast for the kids. I go to work.
I make breakfast for the kids. Now, what's that about? You love that? You love feeding those?
I actually do.
You love feeding those little rascals?
I do.
Have you deliberately chosen food to cook for them?
Yeah. It's easy.
Wait.
It's quick.
Wait. Did you deliberately choose the food?
I picked it out of the fridge.
But we mean when you gather up the things that you're going to cook and fix, is it a pleasurable experience for you? Does it satisfy your intention for family and your intention for fueling them and your intention for
Loving them. I love them that way.
so all of that? So this is a loving and for the most part resistance-free gesture.
Yes.
So you want to milk that when you tell it to us. You don't want to say, I fixed breakfast for the kids and off you go. You want to say, I gather with these people that I love more than life itself, and we come together and I select things that are of value to them and value to me, and I put them together and I mix them with clarity and deliberateness and love, and I provide for them this time of engaging with each other and a time of nourishing them and getting them off on a really good nutritional foot for the day. Now, isn't that deliberately leaning in the direction of desire? Isn't that leaning positively, deliberately? And wasn't it really an easy thing to do?
I absolutely got that example.
And then?
I drive to work, and I do get a lot of, the universe talks to me when I'm going to work, especially if I've had a successful meditation. The birds, everything's pretty. I get a lot of numbers. I get to work. I
drive to work in my reliable car that is so comfortable to be in. Do you drop the children at school?
No, their father picks them up.
I drive to work and I enjoy my drive and I know where I'm going and I'm a confident driver. I'm really good at driving. My car performs well. My car does what I want it to do. The universe is cooperative with me. In other words, why not lean it in the direction of what you want? Yes? These are things that are very easy to do that cause you to be dominant in the vibrational direction of what you want. And then?
I'm a pediatrician. I work with children. I have been playing the satisfaction game ever since I saw you in November. With every kid I see, I say this was positive because of the interaction with the mother, or sometimes I get a little bit mixed up because
So I love my work. I'm well trained for it. I'm really good at it. The children and their parents respond to me.
I emphasize what I do like because I don't really like what I do anymore because I don't believe in medicine. So I try to emphasize the part I like.
Well, just now, you did a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Which is dominant because it's sort of a crapshoot here.
That's why I'm stuck.
That's exactly why you're stuck. So do it different than that. Do that, and less of that and that.
I try to do the satisfaction. What is satisfying with my day? I work, it's a nice environment.
But let's clean this up a little bit. You have learned methods that are effective
to make myself more satisfied with what I'm doing currently.
For the improvement of the well-being of the children whom you are treating.
Yes, whenever I can, I wedge my Abraham in there
But beyond that, are you saying to us that everything that you're doing there is contrary to your desire to help the lives of these people be better? Or is a lot of it helping the lives of those people be better?
It does.
Then
it helps.
Emphasize that and cut out the other stuff. Emphasize that because that is really, 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 really true. You get to take what's there and you get to point it in a direction. It's not that medicine is pointed that way and you're trying to drag it that way. It is what it is, and you get to point it whichever way you decide to point it. And you've been pointing it both ways. Cut it out. Point it that way. You see what we're getting at?
Yes.
Here, this will help. This will make you feel better. This has a great deal of success. This is something that will give you some relief. Because everybody isn't in a place where they can just point their thoughts in a direction, because they're up to their knees in whatever the reason is that they're in your office. Yes?
Yes.
You can't be up to your knees. They're coming to you because they think you're going to take them out into the clear.
Yes. So emphasize that I am able to do that to the best of my ability.
You are able to do that. You do it all the time.
Yes.
Emphasize that.
And I do it with a lot of love.
Emphasize that.